Morning, lovelies. This is a message for the youth. I work in crime over 30 something years. I used to deal with mostly the murderers and armed robbers, the heaviest players in the land. I used to be in charge of those courts. Okay? And guess what? I never looked down on people because of what they did and didn't do. So I got along, don't care who you are, with you. Anyone who never got along with me did not want to get along with me. And I don't bother you when you like that. I just have better things to do. Let's get that straight. But a lot of y'all young boys think it's cute to continue still walking around with your pants dropped down off your tail, showing your underdrawers. I feel that's a disrespect to the younger boys, to the younger girls coming up as well. And I feel that, that's my personal opinion, that when you go to school, you got to pull it up. When you go to church, you need to pull it up. A prisoner once told me, Miss Knowles, when I asked him about it, he said, Miss Knowles, anytime you wear your pants off your tail, and that's a prison sign to let the other prisoners know you are available for sex, that you are a woman. That's what I was told. I look back in history during slavery time when the strong bucks, that's what they used to call it, the strong black men, used to be rebellious and want to sometimes be out of hand. Don't want to listen to massa. You hear me? I talking like I used to talk about that. Massa. Well, massa used to pick that strong buck out, the rebellious one, to break him. You could have beat him all you want. He realized you couldn't break him. So what they used to do is he will mess with him and then let his other white friends and counterpart molest with him. And once that has taken place, he couldn't wear his pants like the other rest, as a sign for the other slave to know that he is less than the man. That was the only way to diminish his manhood and bring him down. That was the only way to diminish his manhood. You heard me? And in that capacity, he was viewed with shame. He felt shame and he was viewed with side eyes and embarrassment. Okay? And his mouth becomes soft. He could not, because it's an embarrassment, so he couldn't be the feisty buck he was and the rebellious buck he was, because they diminished his spirit when they did that. And with that diminished spirit, they conquered him. And he was seen less than a man in the sight of all other slaves. You understand me? Okay? And once he walk around with that pants below his hip and master have company for some of them who like that kind of thing, they will use him always as theirs to molest. And he can never be a man the sight of no other slave, because how they were brought up, that's a no-no. Okay? And in prison, it's the same thing. So it's not swagging and it's not having ain't nothing like that. You need to know where these things come from. Okay? You need to know where these things come from. So when you walk around like that, you're telling other men who might crave that kind of activity that you're available, that you are available. And that's why a lot of you get in trouble. Get in trouble with people preying on you in that way, because that is a sign that speaks that. And you need to stop. Time to stop that. It's not cute. And some of y'all underwears are dirty. Big man with shitty underwear. Big man with stains in your underwear. Come on now. And exposing it. Exposing it. Man. That ain't a turn on. That's a turn off. Most decent young girls, you heard the words I'm using. Most decent young girls wouldn't look at you twice when you carry yourself like that. So you are limiting your potential and finding a very good partner. You hear how carefully I use my words? You're limiting your potential and finding a good partner. Who decent young girl, educated young girl, want better in life, better wherever she come from, it don't matter, and having a nice job, want a person who carry themselves like that around them? Who? And so you wonder why you can't find a good wife. Okay? Why you keep finding the same type people over and over? Because you put yourself in a box. That's what you did. You put yourself in a box. You ain't free. You keep putting yourself in a box. Anytime you can put your own self in a box, you are causing yourself to not be free. Free people don't put themselves in a box. They think outside the box. That's why that's a saying. You don't want to be in no box doing what everybody do. Can't only just could get what in that box when it's so much outside the box again. So you're limiting even your freedom of choice with the opposite sex. So it's not cute. And you need to think of these things. Common sense need to prevail. So you need to really consider what I'm saying and stop it. Oh, they will make you feel less than a man if you stop doing it because they still doing it. But if you will take the role of the lion that you claim, like I'm a lion. Yeah, well, the lion ain't doing what everybody do. Huh? People trying to be like the lion. Hello? So that means you're a follower. You're not no leader. Because you're too caught up in worrying about what everybody think. And so that's why you follow what everybody do. You follow the hairdo. You follow this and that. So guess what? You limiting your potential, whether you like it or not. You limiting your potential. And you putting yourself in a box. And that is not freedom. You need to learn what freedom is in every aspect, okay? So you need to think of these things. If you were to stand up for the right of what the norm of society is in order for you to make life for you and your family and stop making life even more difficult, then it won't be a problem. It wouldn't be a problem. You think people gonna hire you come into their office with your pants down there? What offices hire you dressed like that? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So you have to think on all these things. You know, you have to think of these things. You're limiting your horizon. You're limiting yourself. Okay? Over and out.